Yo, what up? It's AaroniMoses. Man, this video is about knowing your worth, knowing what you have to offer in the world. Now, a lot of people, a lot of us like to feel entitled to people's minds, to people's resources, and to even the bodies of other people. But what you have to understand first about yourself is what you have to offer. How how you can affect the world in a positive way, what you have to give back. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing that a lot of us do not acknowledge. People, valuable people, other valuable people, which is the people that you want to be interacting with the most. Other valuable people realize their own worth. Um, I was gonna go off and say something else, but that's not even important. I've been encountering situations where people, I'm not the type of person to express myself other than, artistically or on this camera to you guys. But lately I've been feeling the need to express myself through, direct communication, talking to people, socializing. Because I am used to being able to talk to people more, socializing more, because I just got out of jail. I've been having a lot of conversations. I've been able to tell people things, and they've been listening because they really, not because they didn't have a choice, but because they were in jail and low key they didn't have a choice. They could have just walked away. And, it was just, a lot of people, everybody likes a little drama here and there. So listening to people's problems, taking that in, and being able to use that for working out, or use that for your own personal art, or use that to motivate yourself as far as you maintaining your own health, getting through your own sentence. People were not so quick to shut me down, but me coming back out here, I feel that same, maybe I shouldn't be telling this person this because they might not have the coping skills. This person might be a drug addict, or they have uh, a long night of work ahead of them, or they just got off work. Now it's starting to feel more burdenous again. And I don't want you guys to feel like that. I don't want you guys to feel like you don't have any emotional support. Or, if you're a drug addict and you're missing everything but that support, that circle, that sponsorship that you need to get through your day. I want you to know that people are just naturally selfish, and a lot of people are just naturally entitled because, of course, everybody needs somebody to talk to. And when people don't feel like you're offering them anything, when people are just feeling like, dude, you came in this conversation and you just sucked. You came in this conversation and you just took all the negative energy away from me. You don't know if I gotta take care of my baby. You don't know if I have a 12-hour shift ahead of me. You don't know if I just got off work, if I'm supposed to go to dinner with my girl. Any of those things. But when you do, when you can call somebody because they're valuable to you, because you're valuable to them, because they're like, okay, usually this person is the funny person, or I'm not saying you should pay people, to listen to your problems, but usually this person, um, when I need some financial assistance, they aid me in that way. Usually this is the person that I tell all my problems to, and they give me sound advice. So okay, this time, or maybe they're having a bad week, I'll listen to their problems all week. We can talk on the phone for 30 minutes, but then I gotta start dinner, and we can save it. They feel a little bit better. I can sleep a little bit better. They could sleep a little bit better. They might just have enough off their chest to be able to go throughout their day or their night or what have you. But a lot of people feel entitled to people's mind space. And I don't want you guys to have that. You know, the number one thing that I need you guys to realize is your worth. The beauty that you're going to contribute to the world. The beauty, you're either going to contribute beauty to the world, or you're going to protect it. How are you going to protect this beauty? How are you going to contribute to the beauty, or how are you going to create more beauty? How are you going to protect other people's beauty? How are you going to rebuild? What kind of formulas are you going to contribute to the world that is inadvertently going to create more beauty, more happiness, more peace, more money, more opportunity? That's what beauty is. Opportunity. You know, when I was in rehab, one of the addicts in rehab said, if you think you have problems now, put some dope on it. And that stuck to me. It stuck with me. And when I think about that now, he didn't literally mean dope. You know, he might have, but when I think about it, that doesn't always have to be drugs. Dope can be negativity. Dope can be self-hate. Dope can be a lack of awareness of your greatness. Something bad happens to you when you're negative, that's dope. Something bad happens to you and you don't realize your own self-worth and how you can get yourself out of that situation to make it better, that's a form of dope. If you have problems and you are doing things that directly disconnect you from your divinity, that's you putting dope on your problems, bro. So before you even realize those problems, you have to realize your self-worth. You have to realize what you have to offer. Because you just jumping into situations where you think people should be listening to your problems or helping you out or assisting you in any kind of way when you don't know them. Or you might have knew this person your whole life. They might even be your own parents. They just don't value you like that. Because people aren't just gonna let you drown unless they really don't care if you live or die. People aren't gonna just let you drown unless they have enough faith, or they don't believe that your problem is so severe that anything bad will happen to you, or they just believe in your strength and they think that you're gonna be okay without them. That you just need somebody to tell that you actually have a problem, but not what that problem is. Or that sometimes they may think that you need to hear the exact message that I'm giving you right now. Look, bro, your problems are not small, but if you realize your self-worth, if you made yourself more valuable, you wouldn't have those problems. Number one. Number two, you wouldn't be expressing yourself like this to somebody who you know has more problems than you. You wouldn't be so selfish to do that. Now, do I feel like that towards any of my loved ones? I think that they think that. Because my family is black. And I think that black women put a lot more strength into black men and a lot more faith into black men than other races do. Maybe Latinos put as much strength and faith into their men. Maybe they do. But black women, they might hate us. They might really hate us because a lot of them have daddy issues. 70% of black people in general grew up without fathers, but they really think we're the baddest motherfuckers on this planet. They really think that we could just handle anything without any kind of emotional support, talking to, therapy, checking up on. They really just think it's like that. They really do, and it's not. We have a lot of emotions. We have a lot of problems, and we have a lot of venting to do. Nah, you're a man, bro. Look. You think you have problems? I'm a woman. I'm a woman in my 40s, and I can't have babies anymore. Just got my master's, but... Bruh. That's not the same. That's not the same at all. And I'm not saying that every black woman does that, but it's been a great experience, dealing with telling black women my problems. It's been a very interesting experience. Very, very interesting experience. Especially ones that I'm related to. Because they know I'm not trying to hit on them or anything. Or I'm not trying to play any weird joke. Or do anything conniving to plant any type of seeds for sexual favors or sexual activities later. It, it just gets hard, man. And I shouldn't even brought race into this at all. I'm sure that not only black women do this. I'm sure that white women do that. I'm sure that Asian women do that. You know, it just depends on the culture and the area and the upbringing and all of that. But when you realize your value, man, when you realize your worth and you have a great understanding of your status and the value of your value, the worth of your value, the demand, if you will, of your value, when you have a better understanding of those things, then you will know exactly the boundaries that you have. You will know exactly your people. You'll be able to identify your people, your abilities, your places, your things, your life expectancy as far as what you're trying to do your endeavors, and pretty much anything. I think a person who realizes their value and their worth and they know exactly their gifts, they have it much better than somebody who learned. I mean, no, that's not true. Somebody realizing their natural gifts and their values, they have the up they have an advantage over somebody who is determined, because a lot of people try to force you to value them in a way that they're just not valuable. A lot of people want you to believe that they're a good person when they're really not. They want you to believe that they're a valuable friend when they're really a shitty ass friend. A lot of people want you to believe that they're a good mate when they're just a robot. They're just doing some shit they see on TV, and everything else is really a burden. And they try to force you to serve them. And that's not okay. When you know your value, you don't have to maneuver, you don't have to manipulate, you don't have to force, you don't have to bully, you don't have to do any of those things. The people will just naturally flock to you, give you your boundaries, and there has to be no conflict involved. But you going in a Gucci store with $5, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, bro. You go to Gucci, go on Walmart with $5. You might have your day might end perfectly. You could get you some bananas and some socks. Oh, beautiful. You could get you a notebook, some pens, and 3 bananas. $5. A freaking. You could get you an off-brand iPhone charger. All kind of cool stuff at Walmart for maybe $10, 20. But you can't walk in a Gucci store with $20, bro, and expect people to believe that, that's $2,000. If you go to Walmart with $20, oh, you'll be straight. Your life will be better. Your experience on this planet will be that much more valuable, man. So you gotta know your worth. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time going to the Gucci store with a $20 bill. What, you gonna buy one sock? Would you rather have one Gucci sock and probably won't even fit you, or you get a week worth of groceries at Walmart for $20? A Gucci sock that nobody's gonna see. You could take a picture on the gram with that motherfucker, but nobody's gonna respect that. Nobody's gonna value them. You're like, where do I want that? Or you can invite a couple friends.